Imagine a world where dolls aren't what they seem. They might look like toys, but inside, they hold the spirits of the restless and the malevolent. And there's a lady who dances, but her moves aren't just dance. They tell stories from the shadows. And don't forget, the suicide forest hungers for lost souls. Are you brave enough to explore these tales of terror? The haunting begins. Can you believe there's a haunted doll called Annabelle that's even scarier than in the movies? You need to hear this. The Annabelle doll is a real haunted doll that was in scary movies like The Conjuring.
This is the worst thing in here, is that doll. I'm not gonna stare at it though. So you can take the picture, but I'm not gonna stare at it because that has done bad harm on a lot of people.
I also know that you have a museum on your property.
Yes.
I think one of the most famous would be Annabelle.
It's said to have a bad ghost inside and is locked up in a glass case in a spooky museum. The doll was given as a gift in the 1970s and has strange stories about it moving and hurting people. Even though it looks different from the movie, it's still really creepy. People who like ghosts and scary stuff find it interesting and spooky. Will you be the next to experience the bone-chilling encounters within Bangar Fort's walls? Bangar Fort in India is super scary because of a spooky story. Long ago, a wizard cursed the fort, saying anyone who stays there after sunset will never come back. Even the government says it's too dangerous at night. People have heard creepy things like whispers, footsteps, and cries in the fort.
I am currently at Bangar Fort, the most haunted place in all of India. We just heard some kind of animal squealing or attacking another animal. Now that it's quiet here, they're really sort of waking up now the people are gone. It's super dark. Tigers and leopards have attacked and killed people here. I actually feel a bit sick. I need to get out of here.
It's so eerie that no roofs are built nearby, as locals believe shadows could bring out the evil. Those brave enough to spend the night have felt ghostly hands pushing them or a feeling of being watched. The spooky curse still seems real, as even the village houses don't have roofs. Bangar Fort is really old and important, but it's also one of the scariest and haunted places around. Ready for sleepless nights? Subscribe for hair-raising horror stories. Could you handle a chilling visit to Mexico's Doll Island, where possessed toys come alive at night, whispering secrets from beyond the grave? In Mexico, there's a spooky place called Doll Island. It's covered in old broken dolls hanging from trees and stuff. People think these dolls have kids' spirits inside them. Imagine, at night, these dolls might start moving and grinning in a creepy way. People say the sad souls of children got stuck in these dolls, trying to find peace. Even brave folks who visit feel weird because the dolls seem to change positions on their own. When it's dark, the island gets really eerie, like something strange and scary is happening between the world of the living and the world of the dead. Have you encountered the ghostly Serbian dancing lady? Draped in eerie attire, conjuring tales of love and terror through her bone-chilling dance? The Serbian dancing lady is a spooky character who wears fancy clothes and dances in a strange way. She tells creepy stories with her spooky moves, like stories about love and scary things. She wears weird clothes with lots of fancy decorations and shiny things. People have been doing this spooky dance for a long time, and it's something they do when they're having parties or special events. The dancing lady's spooky outfit and moves look different from other dances, and it's like she's bringing old, creepy stories to life. When she dances, it's like watching a spooky ghost telling stories from the past. People like to watch her dance, and she's famous for being a weird and spooky part of their culture. Do you know why the Aokigahara forest in Japan is called the Suicide Forest and has such a spooky reputation?
The most haunted forest in all of Japan. We are here right now in Aokigahara.
The Aokigahara forest in Japan, known as the Suicide Forest, is near Mount Fuji. It's famous for a lot of people ending their lives there. The forest is really dense and isolated, which makes it feel spooky. People who go there have talked about feeling weird, hearing strange noises, and seeing creepy things. People say it's one of the scariest forests in the world because of all the spooky stuff that happens there. Even though it's spooky, some people are trying to help others not feel so sad that they want to go there. The forest is both beautiful and really scary, and it's important to think about mental health when talking about it. Did you know Poltergeist carries a haunted legacy? Only Dunn and O'Rourke were consumed by its darkness. You might have heard a spooky story about the movie Poltergeist from 1982, saying that many actors died mysteriously. But in reality, only 2 deaths are connected to the film. One of the actors, Dominique Dunn, passed away shortly after the movie came out. Another actor, Heather O'Rourke, sadly died later because of health problems. Even though the story isn't as scary as people say, there were still some creepy things that happened during the making of the movie, which adds to its eerie reputation. Did you know the house in the Amityville Horror was a real nightmare, possessed by unseen horrors? The scary house in the Amityville Horror movie was actually based on a real family's experiences. They said their house was taken over by evil things. Weird stuff happened, like lots of flies and strange smells. They saw creepy ghosts and heard scary voices. The family felt really scared and worried in the house. They even saw green goo coming out of the walls. People didn't believe them at first, but their spooky story became famous and made the haunted Amityville house even scarier.